Traders from around the world, what's going on? It's your boy Jeremy Alexander Newsome with RealLifeTrading.com. Hope everyone's doing phenomenal. We got the SPY on the board, and the board is beautiful. Let's talk about what these green circles represent with a little bit of a blast from the past from this prior Wednesday in the afternoon swing trading room. I was very confident that we'd have some kind of pullback. So what we're doing from here is I'm going to outline the three places that I'm going to try to buy the dip. Now, keep in mind, as you all know, for me, I don't know if this is going to be right or not, but I'm going to try. I will try to buy the dip 4 times until I'll quit. 4 times. So I'll keep looking for buying opportunities, because remember, folks, all you need is one really good month to make up the whole year. Just a solid month, and then just don't lose a lot the months that you're not great at. It's okay. All right? So SPY, I'm going to draw in green. Here's the next place that I'm going to look to buy the dip, the 100 simple. So that's the next dip buying opportunity. And then the one after that, somewhere in here. So if this one that we got triggered into today doesn't work, that's fine. I'm going to look to buy it again off the 100. If the 100 doesn't work, cool. I'm going to look to trade it back down at the 200. If this one doesn't work, I'll be shocked. If we can't get down to the SPY, if the SPY doesn't bounce from down there, I'll be a little bit kind of blown away. But, you know, it is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, again, I'm going to keep throwing out some teasers every now and then, but we do this type of analysis often. I mean, we put in hours a day into League in the Market. I truly do think that we have the best traders on the planet inside the afternoon swing trading room. And if you get that many people together in one place that have studied and watched the markets enough, you will get some traders that will make some incredible analysis. So this move right here on the SPY, keep in mind that I mentioned we did lose on that one trade that I talked about earlier, right? We lost on the first bounce. But the second one, this was an incredible play, just a gorgeous fade. I mean, we traded yesterday right down to the 100 simple moving average yesterday. We gapped down 3 huge bearish candles in a row, gaps down. All of this is buying to cover. So if you played a SPY option or some calls today, all the money that the small 0.7 Rs that we lost from the weekly options newsletter yesterday, you'd have easily gotten back today in with the SPY with this bouncing off the 100. So fantastic job, beautiful analysis. And from here, this purple line, still a nice lower high, but yet we now are going to be creating a little bit of a higher low. So I think, yeah, we're going to consolidate here for a little bit, which is why just the other day I posted this bull put spread and bear call spread. Completing both of those was a iron condor for April, 239, 238, 285, 286 iron condor. And right now we're pretty much smack dab in the middle of that. So as the volatility wanes a little bit, and as the theta starts kicking in, and as we start trading sideways a little bit more, then I do think that I'll be able to buy that back or potentially hold on to it, just let that slowly expire worthless. But regardless, I'm very, very interested to see what this candle does. Now, again, determining on and depending on your time frame on the SPY and just your general trading, if you're shorter term, fantastic, right? Great job, quick in and out. If we close below these 2 candles, right, below this candle today and below this candle right here, we very likely and almost certainty will go into the 200 simple. Today's a big candle. So I'm not saying we can't go lower. I'm just simply saying that this is a very good, strong pivot from today on the SPY. And if we do break down, we're going to go to the 200. And then again, same as I mentioned just in that video recording you saw, I'll be looking to buy the dip. So that is my thoughts on SPY. Now for today's stock review, only got a few requests, so I will be happy to look over those. But remember, I will be out of town Monday and Wednesday of next week, and I'll be doing another review a Friday from now, so 1 week. So we have a whole week to get some requests on the docket if you want some. But these are the ones that I got for today. Let's go look at Shopify, ticker symbol SHOP. And Shopify was an inside day candle today. What is nice about the candle is, specifically yesterday's candle is a nice high wave candle. So yesterday's candle was high upper shadow, high lower shadow. The market's going to close here in about 10 seconds. And this morning star right about here is trying to prop up Shopify. So my thoughts for anyone on Shopify is we'd actually take that stop for anyone in that particular trade and increase it just a smidge to 133.14. If Shopify can start breaking higher, beautiful. I like the trend. The trend looks very, very nice. And you have all, at this point in time, I'm pretty sure, saw my analysis on Shopify that we posted back in mid-January, kind of depicting exactly what did occur on Shopify. And again, with this analysis, you can use this to formulate all kinds of plans and trade setups. So here is the Shopify wave count, posted on January 25th, hashtag holla at your boy. And here we go. Flawless. Wave 3, got it to the exact penny. Wave 4, almost the exact penny. And now we're in this wave 5. So could this be the end of wave 5 right here? That is very possible for that short-term move. So it means we can continue consolidating. But the thing with wave counts is this could also turn into a longer-term wave 3, or we get something like this, and then that, we just keep going from there. But otherwise, the trend is bullish, and if you're in bullish on Shopify, at least it looks relatively decent. Here's AMD, and ticker symbol AMD. Stock's trading pretty sideways at this present moment in time. My good buddy Drake from the Northeast has an $11 put sale expiring in 2 weeks, and that put sale has already declined pretty nicely in value. Granted, I'm one of the only trading rooms in the country who is still instructing and advising and specifically letting traders know that put sales are still a viable option on a lot of these stocks. I'm still not bearish, still waiting on buying that bounce. And anyway, a lot of real life traders are making some good money. So $11 put sale, it's already decreased to about 17 cents for Drake. So as long as we can hang out above there, it should look good. What we got here on the weekly chart is a little bit more interesting though. So the weekly 100 is at about 10 bucks. So the thing is, this was a black candle gapping down on a weekly chart. The weekly has retested. So again, there's absolutely a possibility that AMD goes lower, but if it does, trade down to $9, I think is very viable. Otherwise, you can see we're obviously in a large distribution phase of some kind, and we're going to keep trading sideways to neutral on AMD for a while. So I think bull put spreads and put sales will probably be one of the best and most advantageous approaches, at least on AMD short term. Next on the list, we have Snapchat, ticker symbol SNAP. And Snapchat, this was a trade that we set up yesterday, actually, in the afternoon swing trading room. And I mentioned that the stop was $17.94 and that the limit was $17.69. This is still an open trade, I did not take this trade personally, but I know some traders who want to set this trade up. And pretty much what it was simply saying that I wanted Snapchat to break above $17.94, which it did today, and then pull back to $17.69. So that limit buy, you can keep that open if you would like to, and just have an order on Snapchat to see if it can buy the dip. It broke above, nice looking move. And again, if you don't want to play that, I'm not personally playing it. That doesn't mean that it's not going to work. It just, again, can't be in everything. So Snapchat, if you're looking at buying that dip overall, looks pretty dope. And last but not least, here's Apple, ticker symbol AAPL. And my friends, I gotta say it once again, I gotta do a little bit of harmless self-promotion of the afternoon swing trading room, because again, folks, even if you just get 1 hour a day to listen to these recordings, it can at least help you get an idea of an understanding and an interpretation of where things are likely going to happen and by when. In fact, check out this recording from just Tuesday, Tech Giant Tuesday on Apple. So Apple, this was the most obvious, this is the most obvious selling price on Apple in the world. Congratulations, everybody. The amount of noobs who bought today is probably innumerable. No one bought here, and they all went, oh, it finally confirmed. Look, Apple is finally bullish. It finally made new all-time highs. I'll buy right here. That's where they bought. Nope. So Apple, all-time high, new all-time high. I'm hoping we pull back to 175, Frank, and that will be the dip buying opportunity there. So Apple, again, short term, just wave rotation. I know a lot of traders got some covered calls. more than I can count. Victor, y'all, tons of you. Charles, Justin, Jesse James Levan said he sold his calls for 4.5 hours today at that new all-time high area. So if you got shares, do some covered calls. If you got longer term calls, you could sell some calls against it. And that's pretty much it. So Mr. Squiggles thinks something like this, or something like this. I don't know which one happens, but I'll try to play either one, right? If this one happens, I'll buy here, and if I get stopped out, I'll look to get back in as it pulls back, right? And my friends, all I can say is even if you can just get that for one day, you could have made as much money as you wanted to on Apple with this move just today. Here's the 5-minute candle, and if we go into the 5-minute chart, it gapped down, there was that support, right? Gap down, trade it back down, and then bounce. Absolutely brilliant support there on Apple. If you were buying that dip, as I was mentioning in the afternoon swing trading room, even if you just did it for a day or bought in some shares, or if you still had some shares or some longer term calls and didn't really get petrified, mortified, or scared by this particular trade, this was a helpful move that would have given you an idea of what was coming. So again, as far as the bounce is concerned, if we close below today's candle on most stocks out there, especially if it happens next week while I'm on vacation, so keep in mind, usually the market does like to kind of do some weird stuff while I'm traveling. If it closes below some of these supports next week, yeah, I can see a little bit lower lows, and some traders will be getting stopped out on a few things. That's okay. As mentioned in the video on SPY, I'll be trying to play the bounce 4 times before I quit. And if it doesn't bounce by the 4th time, hopefully I lost less than 4 Rs, and I still have some dry gunpowder ready to go for when it really actually does bounce, which of course I'm going to keep trying. I've heard from a few people before that sometimes in the stock market you lose a little bit of money. But what's most important is don't lose all of it. Protect your capital, follow your plan, and be, of course, a successful and profitable real-life trader. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for tuning in to your Friday real-life stock review. I will see you next week. And of course, I might be sending you some stuff from Keystone, Colorado. And next Friday, I will be live from New York. You rock. And until next time, love life, and trade it. Bye.